Good evening. Is that? Oh my goodness! You can probably can't pick that up, but there's an awful lot of fireworks going out there. It's a bit like a bugle call to say, "Hey, I'm live," because it is that first couple of minutes or few seconds of a stream where you don't know if anyone can actually hear you or see you. So please let me know if you can hear me and see me. That would be really, really good to know. Hi, Debs. Hi, Grovage. Would you please put your name down? Is you down as Grow? Is that your name? Hi, Linda. Hello, Debs. Hi, Dunk. Hi, Margaret. Oh, hi, Troll. Okay. Oh, Lenny the dog's ready as well. We've got Rocky dog. Let me just without trying to ruin everything, let me just show you Rocky. He's ready too. There we are. There he is. He's got himself all snuggled up here. Let's see who else is here. Oh, this is so nice. Hello, Varys Veg. Hello, Jane. Hi, Sue. Hi, Anna. Hi, Siggy. Hi, Ali, and hi, David. Oh, that is so nice of you to come along tonight. We've obviously, hi, Mark. Thank you. That's just what I needed to know. So nice, because I know Friday nights can be really, other people do things on Friday nights, but that's why it's only once a month. But yeah, hi, Julan, watching from snowy Alberta. I know you'll probably be sick to death of the snow out there, but just the thought of some snow at the moment would be absolutely lovely. It's really damp here, dank even. We're meant to have a nice day tomorrow though, so that'd be nice. Grow. Oh, okay. Didn't know that was a common name in Norway. So fantastic. That's good to know. Hi, Sue. I may have said hello to some of you twice, and I may not have said hello to some of you at all. But yeah, lovely to see you. How are you all? Have you had a fantastic week? How many of you have actually been productive in the garden this week? Because I'll put my hands up now. I haven't. Life has taken one of its strange old turns, and yeah, I haven't been up for about a week now. So lucky for me, though, we've had Mike going up and seeing to the chickens, and I think he's dropped some manure off at my plot a couple of days ago. But I'm going to go up tomorrow and see how we're getting on. But yeah. Okay, you've just. Oh, right. Okay. So what was the other live? Has someone else had a live? I hope I'm not clashing with someone. It's part of like YouTube etiquette that you don't put out a live when someone else is doing a live. So I really hope I haven't clashed with anyone else. I do apologize if I have. Only once a month, like I say, only once a month. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Ruthie. Hi. Oh, you've taken 2 trees down, David. Now, is that to burn for yourself? Are you going to store them for a year or so and then burn them yourself? Because yeah, it's so nice to be able to do that. We are very, very lucky that we don't have too many restrictions. And I say lucky, I know I'm all for helping the planet, but I'm also all for getting free fuel. If we are allowed to burn wood for as long as we can, we will do. The majority of wood we do get delivered, and that's the kiln dried, meets all the specifications stuff. But yeah, it's nothing like picking up a few sticks of your own. Okay, and Dunk, you've had a couple of days on the plot this week. Oh, so you've been getting it tidied and planting your garlic. Okay. Oh, you're just trying to clear it, David. Oh, keep it though. Keep the wood. That'd be really good. Honestly, you'll never know when you might need it. That's what I always say. Yeah, who else has got the garlic in? I still haven't. I was shown mine on Monday on the potty mouth. Can you see that? It's still in the box. I've obviously spilt something on the box now, but there's 50 cloves in there. And I still haven't got it in, just haven't been up. So hopefully this weekend it'll go in. But I know there's been lots of videos out of people getting the garlic planted, and yeah, it's just good. Yeah, you've got some in, but you've got more to go in, Debs. I think that's what I'm going to do, because in all, I've probably got about 80 cloves to go in. and I know what I'm like. I'll turn up tomorrow and I'll think about it, and even if I start it, I'll get bored halfway through. So it might go in stages. Ali, yours is sprouting. Okay, so Ali, where are you? Just got to be a little bit careful about it sprouting too early, or putting on too much fresh sappy growth, because if we get hard frost, you're going to have to make sure you cover it beforehand. So if you've got a hard frost due, think about it. It should be fine. So many people have got the garlic in now. But yeah, well done. Well done, all of you who've got it in. The other thing, of course, I'm thinking about getting another broad beans. I said a couple of years ago I wasn't going to grow them over winter again, but it's just that time of year when you think, well, what else can I be putting in? I'll put my broad beans in. And I was shopping today and they did have some broad beans for sale. And I didn't buy them because I thought to myself, if I go up to the plot and I've got some broad bean seeds in my seed tins, because I've got about 3 seed tins now. I've got a ridiculous amount of seed, and probably half of it isn't viable anymore. But if I can find some at the plot, I'll put some in. But have you got any in? Hello, NR Stooge. Nice to see you. Hi, Christine. Yeah, some people, yeah. I thought most broad beans. Oh, right. Okay. Okay, Ali. So you're on the same climate as me then, really, aren't you? Probably not too far away. No, it'll be fine. It will be fine. It's just sometimes if it puts a real growth spurt on, say we've had a real warm season, it looks great, and then all of a sudden you might, if the frost is bad, it might just knock them slightly. But garlic's fairly hardy. You know, I just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on the weather forecast. If you're worried, put some fleece over. It'll be absolutely fine. The cold does do it good ultimately. So yeah, garlic keeps going backward and forward to the plot. You know what though, David, when you think about we talk about being able to pick up from the plot, you said, oh, it's so local. This vegetable was grown within 5 minutes of my house. You don't talk about how many times that you're going backwards and forwards with it in the car. Oh, Siggy, well done. You've got your onions in as well. I haven't even thought about my onions yet. I know Mike's got some. I think he's got some overwintering onions, but I'm going to try growing some from seed this year. Seed onions, in my opinion, always do better than sets, in my opinion. However, they're a lot more faffy, and there is a lot to be said for just getting some sets in and getting them going. You know, that I'm very, very lucky. We don't have white rot as yet on our plots. We do have allium leaf miner though. So yeah. But all right, Ruthie. So that's great. Yeah, yours grow several inches and you have snow and they're great every year. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's have a look. Let me try and catch up. Oh, hi, Dave. Hello, nice to see you. Greetings from all not so sunny Florida. I don't believe that. I imagine that you're always out there in shorts picking oranges off trees and you know, wearing a big sun hat. I bet it's a bit nicer than it is here today. Iowa gets polar vortex. That's interesting that, you know, we were talking to Audrey on Pottymouth, and of course she's in Detroit, and the rest of us on Pottymouth are all from the UK, and we're sort of saying to her, so what are you growing over winter, and how are you doing, and what are you going to be looking after? And she just saying, look, it's a no-go. Winter's over there, or where she is. You can't grow anything. And you forget that because we're in such a temperate climate, really. We're sort of wet and warm. Yeah, you forget about people who really struggle. So yeah, it sounds like you do as well over there in Iowa. Oh, still 23 degrees. That's not bad, is it? That's pretty nice for November. Yes, the weekend is meant to be nice in my neck of the woods. You like seed onions as well, Christine. Yeah, Yeah, that's good. You like onion sets, don't but yeah. I mean, we've had such a lot of damp this year. I think they'll be okay. Only one red onion bolted earlier this year. We got what? 25 inches of snow in 1 week with -50. I mean, -15. If we had -50, I'm not gonna talk about the weather all the time. If we had -15 in the UK, everyone would just go to ground. Honestly, if it's -5, people are rushing out and covering everything up. So, yeah, we're spoilt, really, aren't we? Hi, Peter. Nice for you to come along. But yes, Fahrenheit. Oh, now come on now. -15 Fahrenheit. Someone put me in the Celsius, please, or centigrade. The C. Give me a C. I mean, that's still fairly cold. Um, yeah, okay then. Sets or seeds? What do you prefer for your onions? Let me know. I do find onion seeds, for me, they're much better quality at the end, but I am quite lazy about lots of things, and it will depend what mood I'm in and what I walk into when I walk in the shop. If there's a big thing there saying, I think someone was telling me they got 3 bags of sets for £5 today, I might fall for that as well. Um, Fahrenheit autocorrects rampant this year. No autocorrect. 26? That is crazy. Yeah, you're the same as me, Debs. You just get suckered into what's over there. 15 degrees centigrade in the northwest. We are. We are, Christine. It's really quite warm. It really is quite warm. You've done Wilko's was the best, wasn't it, for going and getting all the seed stuff? Although you can I think it might still be, Wilko's marked. Is it the range that still does Wilko's stuff? They do have garden centres, and I think you can still get Wilko's stock. So it seems to me that they're still making Wilko's stuff, but just not selling it in a Wilko's store. I might be completely wrong there. Oh, yeah, Debs, that's confirmed that, yeah, yeah. Hi, Tom. Hi, nice to see you. I'll give you a wavy hand back. Yeah, the range, yeah. But no, I haven't seen I've not really been looking, to be honest. Hi, Danny. Hello. Banana shallots. Dunk. Oh, banana shallots. We have grown them before. Love them. Love them. Now, this year it'll be Mike who'll be doing those. Really, I'm trying to think. I get mixed up with the banana shallots and the long red Florence. Are they the onions? Danny, can you tell me? Okay. Is my volume really low? Is my volume low again? Hold on. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Doo, doo, doo. Be careful what you wish for. You don't want me too loud. How's that? Oh, you tinker. Now I'll be blasting everyone's. Oh, no. Danny, you've put me off. Darn you, Danny. It's okay. Thank you. Yes, very, very funny. Hello. Okay, Robin. Yes, lovely. Swiss chard. Still picking my Swiss chard. Absolutely loving it. Might try and keep some going after talking to Tony C. Smith on Potty Mouth the other week. He was saying he keeps his going over the winter, so I might give that a go. Yes, Linda. My volume is fine. Thank you very much. It's that pesky price. Naughty Daniel. Thank you. He is wicked, Debs. He's wicked. Zabroon. They're the ones I'm thinking of. They're the banana shallots. They are gorgeous. Yeah, and the long red Florence. They are just lovely things to grow and to pick. They've got, for me, I'm not going to say milder flavour, but they're not as hot. It's a really hot onion, they're quite nice, they're quite sweet. So we probably will get those. Yeah, we'll get those in. I say we. Yeah, it'll be Mike. He's way ahead of me. He wanted to sit down the other night and look through seed catalogues. And when I say that, I mean online. Oh, I'll come to this. big topic coming up. Um, Rocky is he's okay on it. He's not whining now. I think saying the fireworks have stopped. There's some just going off. He doesn't usually mind too much. He's very deaf. Um, yes, Mike was all for doing our seed order the other day, but I don't know. Is there anything that we need that desperately that needs ordering now? I say that, and then I'll find something I do want to order, and I'll go along and it'll say sold out, and I'll get really cross because I've only just thought of it. One of the things, oh, sorry, you overwinter chard every year, and that's in Northumberland, Margaret. Okay, okay, so it's worth doing then. I've got that beautiful peppermint chard with the gorgeous bright pink and white stalk, although all chard's lovely. Where was I now with that one? Seed catalogues. Yes, the one thing I do want to get though, we ran out of seed this year, are my cabbage seeds, and I want to get the Calabos and Danny, unless you've got any that you fancy sending along, the pixie cabbage, because I know quite a few of you have rated that this year. And from what I've seen, it just grows absolutely beautifully. Is it a pointed cabbage? I think it is. So that should be really nice. But yeah, who's ordered their seed yet? And how do you order your seeds? Do you do it online? Do you do the old-fashioned seed catalogue in front of you where you fill in a little chart at the back, or a mix of both? And do any of you manage to get it all done in one go? If you do, my hat is absolutely off to you, because for me, there's always something I forget and I have to go back. So yeah, let me know. Anyone completed their seed order yet? Anyone started their seed order yet? Oh, the deer's been nibbling at your kale. They've noticed because you've had some frost. Yeah, it will be a lot sweeter. Oh my goodness. Oh, you got yours from, I never know how to say that, you know. Is it M.I. Gardner? Or is it My Gardener? Or is it Migardner? I think it's M.I. Gardner. You look through the catalogue. Yeah, Siggy, I'm with you there. If I've got the catalogue, there is nothing quite like it for me of just opening that page. And sometimes you like put little bookmarks on, or heaven forbid, fold in the corner of the page like I wouldn't do on any other book. But yeah, to go back to, and you can see it in front of you and rifle through it. I do love a proper catalogue. All your seeds ready for next year, Jew? And you've done it on one. Can we give a bit of a clap out for Jude there? That is well done. Well done. But can you guarantee you won't be buying any more? I think that's really good. I think, yeah, Mary, it's just lovely, isn't it, to have them looking through and just doing that dreaming. Yeah, I think as well, when you've been gardening for a few years, there are that many seeds that you've got, or half packets of seeds, or maybe 2 seeds left in a packet of your favorite things, but you don't want to throw the packet away because those 2 seeds might come in handy. Yeah, and so for me, before I even start thinking about ordering seeds, I know fine well I'm gonna have my work cut out sorting out the seeds I've already got, because I'll find unopened packets. There will be unopened packets there that, the seeds are still in date, and then there's the whole thing of, just because it says out of date, does that really mean it is? We'll give them a go anyway, but we better buy some more just in case. It's a minefield. It's a minefield. Ring things in the catalogues and order online. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm very similar there. Well done, David. Yeah, exactly. You've got everything that you need. But as gardeners, we all know we've all got everything we need. But there's always going to be something come along to tempt you. Okay. What seed catalogues? Well, I tend to go, what's the one that comes through the post? D.T. Brown always comes through the post, and that's like a lovely old-fashioned catalogue as well. But we mix that with, there's very often some of the seeds we can only get from Real Seeds, and what's the other one? Premier Seeds Direct. They're another one that we tend to go with. So fairly standard, really. Yes, yeah, I gather pixie's a false name. Should be more like giant, shouldn't it, Danny? Yeah, there'll be something that takes your fancy. What, yeah, some packets of seeds have got a ridiculous amount in. They tend to be the tiny ones. But then I've noticed more and more over the last year or so, you're only getting maybe 15 in a packet. I think they're getting wise to the fact that they used to be quite generous. And so always check when you're buying your seeds, whether it's online, advert catalogue, in a shop, how many seeds you get in the packet. Because I've noticed they're getting a little bit more, they're scrimping back a little bit on them. They do have sets and garlic in the range, right? Okay. Seed shopping to a limited period of a cut. Oh, come on now. Yeah. If I cannot find and buy it in that 12-month period, I probably will. Oh, yeah, Danny, you usually send me 2 seeds or 1. So yes, thank you for that. I'll look forward to less seeds but more money. It's the way it goes, though, isn't it, Siggy? Cucumbers are terrible. Yes, cucumbers were the ones I found last year because I'd said to a couple of people, "Oh, I'm getting that. We can share the seeds out." And you can't, unless you just get 1 each, which is Danny's thing. Yeah, yeah. Bigger seeds though, aren't they, David? The smaller seeds you do tend to get more. Has anyone got a particular seed catalogue or company that they would like to shout out? I don't mind whatsoever. If you want to pop it, hey Tony, if you want to pop your favorite seed catalogue or favorite seed company in the comments, let me know which are your reliable ones that you always go back to, because I know quite a few of the really big seed companies in the last few years have really got quite a bad name for themselves. Maybe not just for the seeds, but for other things that they sell. So the fruit bushes, trees, that sort of thing. So it would be really good. I think it would really help everybody if we could have a few recommendations. Yeah, for other people to look at. Kale, radish, broccoli, that's a really good idea. NR Stooge. NR Stooge, come on. Did I ask you your name before? I'm going to have to write it down. You're calling you NR Stooge. Also, as well, if you've got old peas and beans and that sort of thing, you can use those as green manure, can't you? Yeah, I find that you're not getting the catalogues coming as regularly. And again, I think it's companies are just having to cut back. 400 parsnip seeds. Yeah, told they won't last. I know. Parsnip seeds are the least reliable ones for coming back. They are the ones that everyone says really try and get fresh seed every time. So Baker Creek seeds. Oh, you know what though? But that's the US, isn't it, Mary? That's the only problem, because I know very often if I've been sent some seeds, Robin and Ali, they'll be in the Baker Creek packets, which are gorgeous. The black packets, black at the top with the lovely font, and then a picture. I wish we had something. Well, we have got things like that over here, but yeah, they always seem really good. Impactor. Okay, not heard of Impactor. That's another one. Okay, so Nancy, of course you are. Why didn't I remember that? This is what's going on. My mind's all over the place trying to read all these things. Of course you are. I know you are, Nancy. In Canada, West Coast seeds, incredible seeds, VCs. Oh, Seedy Saturday. That sounds good. Is that like a market? I imagine that's like a market where people go along with seeds. We have seed swaps over here in the UK, but I must admit I've never been to one. I think they are such a good idea. So basically, if you haven't heard of one, people go along with any seeds that they've either got spare or unopened, or they've saved and they want to swap. And it'd be brilliant for me, because I'd be able to swap a whole load of my seed for something I actually wanted. Yeah, I don't think they are, Mary. Pine Tree, M.I. Gardner, Hudson Valley. Oh, Wild Boar. Robin, I think you sent me stuff from Wild Boar before. Yes. They look really interesting. Botanical interests. Botanical or botanical interest, Tony. Okay. Nancy, Seed Savers, MI Gardner, Baker Creek, Territorial, botanical interests. Okay. Hi, Steve. Steve, you're late. Steve, we're talking about favourite seed catalogues or seed companies online. So pop yours in here. Baker Creek just got too expensive. I suppose if they're coming from the States, yeah, they would be. They would be. Organic and heirloom. Yeah. And that's the real seeds tend to be that. Oh, I didn't know Kev owned that. I didn't know Kev owned that. Is that reasonably new then, Tony? Botanical interests? I mean, that's the thing though as well. It's if you know a few gardeners, you always end up swapping, don't you? But Seedy Saturdays, all the local seed growers, mainly growing heirloom, heritage, native plant seeds, as well as other local garden-related groups, books and products. Okay, that sounds really nice. It does sound a little bit like the seed swaps we do over here. Yeah. You use anyone that sells what you need. I know there'll always be. I was mentioning this the other night. There'll always be. You'll think you're doing really well, and then there'll be one seed that you can't get from the company that you're currently ordering from, and you have to go to someone else, which is so annoying because you have to then pay another lot of postage and packaging. So, all right, okay, Tony, okay. So a lot of you have got your garlic in, a lot of you have got your onions in. And a lot of you, it looks to me, are getting really, really well ready for next year. Okay. But speaking of actually looking through seed catalogues and the actual, I'm going to call it the tactile joy of actually sitting there. One of the issues I wanted to bring up, and am I thinking about doing a video on it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Do you prefer, if you are looking for some gardening advice, do you prefer to look at a book, look at a magazine, or in fact, no, I'm going to limit it. Okay, do you look in a book or do you look online? What's your go-to now? What's your ideal and what's your go-to? Because for me, I have got so many gardening books that even now, even in this online age, I will still go back to books because, again, just the smell. Oh, it's just lovely. Tony online, yeah. Nancy books first, then online. Deb's online. It's just so easy, isn't it? And if it's not just a direct answer, you might find a YouTube video on it. You might find something. No doubt you'll end up down a rabbit hole because that's what online does for you. But online. Nancy, that's what I'm coming to. Online and G, Christine. Okay, online, thousands of books. But I think it's not an argument. I think that's my point, Tony. You want quick answers. You don't find it in books, yeah. But sometimes it's nice not to have a quick answer, because sometimes you get a quick answer, you don't get the whole context. You'll get exactly what you want to know in a very quick thing. But for me, I might not be in the middle of just about to plant my carrots and want to know exactly straight away. It might be a wet and windy January evening and I'm snuggled up in front of the fire. I'm going to want to look at a book. Books, magazines, YouTube, yeah. Google, yeah. ADHD brain has trouble with books. Okay. Oh, that's really interesting. So the ADHD brain and the quick short concentration span. Is that right? I hope that is that the right thing to say? My daughter's got ADHD, so I know what you mean. It's just very much there and now, here and now, and she's off, and it means she can amount so much knowledge so quickly. Yeah. Okay, so what I find though, and I mean, my degree was history. It was art history. It was a lot of based in history. So I've always had an interest in how things were done 50, 100, 200 years ago. And so for me, they have both absolute. Tony, you summed that up. They've both got their own place for different reasons. But for example, this is one of my lovely books here. And this was one of the first books I got. And I don't mean, Steve, before you say it, as a when it first came out, because it came out in 1948. Might have been slightly earlier. I know it was round about the Second World War. And this, when I first started gardening, well, how long ago is that? It just goes to show it was way before YouTube and all the online and Lord knows the AI stuff even existed. Wasn't even a twinkle. And so books were the way to go. So I used to get loads of secondhand gardening books and I would absolutely pore over them. Just really soak them up. And even just before I came on air then, I thought, I wonder what vegetables and fruit they were talking about. So 1948, let's say 1945. So what's that? 80 years ago. And just the veg, it's so different, as you can imagine, because our diets have changed. The way food gets to us has changed very much. No, Steve, that's not what I meant. Sorry, just catching up. Oh, never a waste of paper. Never a waste of paper, Steve. But yeah, okay, we've just all been sitting here talking about garlic. Is there anything about garlic in this book? When you think now it is the base of most dishes in most households of the UK, not even mentioned 80 years ago. Not even mentioned. And it's so from a historical side, and I am interested in that. I'm really interested. I mean, it's got a pronouncing glossary here as well, but it tells you, this is what it says. It tells you what you should be doing in November. These old books do remind us, Ali. Yeah, they do. November, what should we be doing? Let's see if it's similar now. Let's see if this is similar. Right, 80 years ago, you've been recommended trench and dig when the weather allows. If the ground needs lime, dress with £0.5 per square yard. Plant horseradish. Cover sea kale and rhubarb with strawy manure. Earth up celery. Dig up and store for winter use all root vegetables still in the ground, except parsnips. Give late sown turnips a final thinning. Continue to thin lettuce or transplant them into frames. Inspect stored vegetables and remove any that are unsound. Prune apple, pear, gooseberry, and currant bushes towards the end of the month. Train in now all fruit trees. And start looking after your bulbs, getting your bulbs in for spring. And I just think that could be in a gardening magazine today. There's not too much difference, but what they're actually doing it with is very different. And there's another one of my old ones, and I loved this. Victorian kitchen garden. I mean, that's not so old. But again, that's taking us further back and letting us know, harking back to how things were gardened in Victorian times. Wonderful. Oh, there's a bookmark in that one as well. But even this one, and I can't get the date of this one, but it's this is volume 3, and we've sort of got, volume 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8. So we certainly haven't got the full set, but the Popular Encyclopedia of Gardening. And it's like, just looking at it as a book, and for me, the smell of the old pages, it's a weird thing to say, but I love the smell of old books. Okay, you think now, how many books would get away, really, unless it's like an arty thing, with black and white pictures? And if you do get a full plate, a full colour plate, it tends to be, can I do that? Let me do, oh, come on, Jane. There. Ah, it's been coloured in afterwards. So that will be a black and white picture that has been coloured in afterwards, you know. I just love them. I love them. But speaking of someone who does YouTube, I probably shouldn't be pushing them too much. But yes, I will be doing. Oh, I know all about the learning types, Tony. I know. I'm a teacher. And there's not just those 3 types, Tony. There are mixes, there are percentages. You can have an 80-20 mix, you can have an 80-10-10 mix, whichever. Yeah. So it whatever suits you best, you know. It's all knowledge, isn't it? It is all knowledge, but I do love going back. Compost pruning, all the same, that's true. Yeah, the organic gardening of today. There's actually, I was at my parents' house the other day, and I was sorting through some books for them and trying to clear the house a little bit. And I wish I'd brought it actually. I might bring it up in a future video. They have got a little pamphlet book, very nicely done, beautiful pictures of flowers and veg and all that sort of thing. And it's actually from, if I say not that old, that shows my age. So I don't think the 1980s is that old. So I suppose it is maybe 40 years ago. And it's all about the best chemicals for your garden, you know, chemical solutions for your garden. And you know, and it's telling you exactly what's in each of these. This is brilliant. Never suffer with an aphid again. Use such and such. And it's full pictures and everything. And I thought, crikey, that was only the 80s, you know, and how things have just changed. It's amazing. And again, as a piece of gardening history, you think how much we, or I certainly as a gardener, have swayed away from that, you know. Very interesting. Very interesting to me. Maybe boring to everyone else. Yes, podcasts. Yeah. Hello, Stella. Nice to see you. Yes, podcast recommendations. What are your gardening podcast recommendations? I know that Jesse and that's awful. I can't remember his name. I know that Jesse is doing a podcast now. You see, I've come up with that. Jesse from Plot 37 is doing a podcast with somebody else who's got a YouTube channel. Anyway, that's meant to be very good. There's Claire and Kerry with the So Chatty podcast. Who else? Oh, Dave, our house is 1885. So it's 100. It's quite old. Yeah. Well, yeah, I trump you there, Tony. Okay, yes, let me know. Just drop them in. If not now, if you're looking back at this, pop them in the comments. Because again, it's really, really nice to be able to listen to things like that. I'm terrible. I've mentioned this before. I will listen to there's a show on Radio 4, but you can listen to it on BBC iPlayer, called Uncanny with Danny Robbins, and it's just very silly ghost stories, supposedly real ghost stories, and oh, I love it. There's nothing better for me than just getting a little bit creeped out tidying up the polytunnel, and then I think, oh, I didn't listen to this when I'm on my own. But yeah, it's nothing to do with gardening. Okay, James and Joe. I don't know James and Joe. Who are James and Joe? Claire and Kerry, Gardening World, and Gardening World is weekly. 1963. Yeah, I'm a 66 girl. 66. Birthday today. Happy birthday, Nancy. Oh, can we all say happy birthday to Nancy? I think that's really nice. Yeah. There you go. There's some birthday love coming your way there, Nancy. Oh, I hope you've had a nice day. Are you going to have a nice weekend? Do something nice. Treat yourself to something. That'd be good. That's lovely. You do live in a hurricane zone, yeah, Dave. Yes, for sure. You've got to get fairly quick at putting houses up again. Oh, that's so nice. There we go, Nancy. There we go. Yeah, Uncanny. Ali, have you been to see the show? The theatre show. Mike doesn't believe in any of this stuff. The whole point of Uncanny is they come out with a supposed true ghost story, and in my eyes, they're actors telling about this terrible experience they had with ghosts, and then Danny Robbins, the host, puts it forward to a psychic investigator and a skeptic, and they've both got to put the arguments forward as to whether it's real or whether it's fake. And it's just really interesting. And Mike is very much a skeptic, and I sort of am, but I still really enjoy it. And the theatre show is just, yeah, really, really good fun. That's good. James and Joe Garden Show. I'm going to write this down. Is that what it's actually called? The James and Joe Garden Show. I wonder if it's someone who do they have channels? Do they have YouTube channels, or is it? Have they got together from that? Oh, you took the day off work, but a little birthday cake. That's lovely. That's lovely. Hi, Cara. Oh yes, there's a theatre show. Oh yes. In fact, like I say, we went last year. It was last year, and we went all the way over to North Wales. We're in Staffordshire. It's not that far. But I've got a feeling there is one. Just look out for it. Just look out for it. Uncanny near you, and you'll see it coming around. Worth catching. Okay. Oh, wine incoming. Thank you. I've got my little wine servant. Thank you. That's my daughter. That's Bambles 9 is my daughter. And your wine's already flowing. Yeah. Yeah. Julan. Okay. What's Julan said? The night owl is another. Oh, Ali. The night owl. Okay. Because I was calling myself a night owl the other day. Thing is, though, Mike's away this weekend, and I'm actually reading a fairly spooky book. It's a bit of a gothic, spooky type book at night at the moment. I can only read when I'm in bed. I've even actually bought myself one of those little book lights that you clip on so I don't wake Mike up. But there's no way I'm going to be reading that while Mike's away. He's back on Monday because I know I will be terrified. I'll frighten myself, even though I keep saying to myself, don't believe in it, it's just a good story. I will terrify myself. But yes, and also, Ali, have you watched, and this is a bit of fun, Night Watch, Ghost Watch, Night Watch with Daisy May Cooper and her brother Charlie Cooper. That's been, thank you very much. Look at that. 1 minute since it's in the chat. The next minute it's in my hand. Thank you, Bambles. Cheers, everybody. Happy weekend. Oh, Joe Swift. Oh, of course. I do like Joe Swift. Yeah. The Night Owl. Yes. It's the entertainment of it. You're watching that now, are you? Night Watch. It's good fun. And again, it depends on the presenter, doesn't it? I was never into that. What was the one with Yvette Cooper? And I didn't like that or anything, but this is just, yeah, it's really good. Anyway, that's taken us down a completely different rabbit hole there. So, right, books. I want to know a little call to action for you all here. I would like to know your favorite. Did I ask you this before? I asked you about whether you did online or actual books. What is your favorite gardening book? And it doesn't have to be now. It can be one that you started reading that first got you into gardening, that something you always refer back to now. I've got a few. I loved those D.G. Hessian books. And when you look at them now, they're quite sparse, but I learned so much from them. Square Foot Gardening. Yeah, I've heard of that one. That's, hold on. Is that the Hugh Richards one? Square Foot Gardening. What Your Soil Ate? Is that the name of a book? If so, I like the sound of that one. Oh, that sounds good. Come on, I don't believe there's only 2 of you have got a book. Brian Lowell, Companion Planting. Oh, Murder Mystery. Well done, Mrs. Bowtie. Mel Bartholomew, Mel Bartholomew, what you're okay. Fantastic. But yes, and that's the name of it. I love that. What you're soy like. That reminds me of Audrey's channel, Real Food Comes Dirty. I just love that. I think it's so good and it's so true. Hi, Jem. How nice to see you. Jem, we're on about favourite gardening books. If you got one, pop it in the chat. Charles Dowding's books, yes. I did teach you how to read Brambles. That is a slur. That's my daughter. She reads very well. The Ornamental Kitchen Garden. Yeah, I think we've all got one of them tucked away somewhere, Tony, haven't we? I love that. Allotment month by month, another good one. Again, that's great because it's, short chapters on each one, isn't it? Each month. You don't have to read the whole thing at once or anything. Grow with Joe, the late, great Joe Maiden. Okay, I'll look at that one. The D.G. Hessian books. Yeah. And the D.G. Hessian, even now, because I'm always seeing them in junk shops. Even now, I'm tempted to buy one and I have to think about which ones I've got and which ones I haven't got because there was a whole range. They were just for everything, weren't they? Flowers, houseplants, shrubs, rockery. The one I've got that I really like is Garden to Kitchen. So it gives you recipes as well, way back before anyone was doing all the recipe stuff, going with what you grew. Allotment Junkie. Okay, not heard that one. All of Monty Don's books. Okay. I've got his biography somewhere because wasn't he involved in jewellery at one time? Liz. Yeah, Liz. I've got Liz's books. No Guff Gardening. Gaia's Garden. Okay. Tony's. There you go, Tony. There's a vote for Tony's books there. Because, Tony, you've got your composting masterclass and the gardening one. Give me it. It's, you know what? If it was downstairs, I'd have it on my shelf. I've got it right next to me on my shelf. Jeffrey Hamilton, Monty Don, Tony O'Neill. Pick up books from charity shops. Yeah. The Garden to Kitchen as well. Yeah. Small Space, Big Harvest. Oh, this is brilliant, Square Foot Gardening by Mel Bartholomew. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so it's actually shaped the way that you garden. Composting masterclass. Yes, that's it, Tony. I haven't got your first vegetable garden, but I have got composting masterclass and simply, I haven't had any wine yet. Simplify vegetable gardening. That's it. Yeah. Lasagna bed gardening. No, lasagna bed gardening. There's something, Stella. I've always thought of lasagna beds being used for bulb planting. Okay. So, have your big bulbs at the bottom, middle ones in the middle, and little ones at the top, or the ones that flower first. I don't know. But I've never used it because isn't it just for flowering bulbs? Let me know. Can you use it for other things? Surely not. I can't see how it would work. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Jam. So I can understand mixed planting and successional planting where you might have the same space, but you have different things coming up at different times, like a proper polyculture type thing. But yes, now I know what you mean. Lasagna bed gardening is layering a bed with chop and drop compost manure and then putting a fresh compost on top to planting. Yeah, I see what you mean. So it's not just a layer of soil, bulbs, layer of soil. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much. I think a lot of these things that we do automatically don't necessarily have a name. And then someone says, just as you have done there, Stella, it's the case of, I would do that anyway. Like at the moment, I've got stuff that I don't know if you can hear those fireworks. They're very loud outside now. Stuff that I've chopped and dropped. I've got cardboard on the top and it'll be some really well rotted manure on top of that. So I suppose, I get it. I get it with the layers. That makes sense. Give it a grow from Martha Swales. Not heard of that one. Yeah. You can layer for the display that you want. Yeah. Jeffrey Smith. Oh, Jeffrey Smith. I always get him mixed up with the Percy Thrower. And who was the man who used to do bird impressions? Was it in the 70s? I am showing my age there. Hello, Claire. Claire, who was the man who used to do bird impressions in the 70s? I'm getting him mixed up with Jeffrey Smith and Percy Thrower. It was all about the same age. Gloria, yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah, that's what I mean, Jem. You just don't know, do you? It's crazy. Oh, you know what? This is so good. This is really useful, so people can go back and look at this if they want some gardening book advice and also some seed harvest advice. Oh, the winter harvest handbook. Oh, sometimes it's really good to have a really factual book. So like you were saying, Tony, about what you might type into Google, you just want that answer straight away, and it's more of a reference book. But sometimes it's so nice to hear the background of how a garden's been made and how people are living off it, and so it's like a personal diary as well, as to what they do. Alice Fowler's Edible Garden, I've got that one. I used to love watching Alice Fowler. She had British gardener. I think she's still going. Yeah, she is still going now, but I don't think she's been on TV for a while. And she had a Victorian terraced house in Birmingham. And this is what really fascinated me at the time, because it was very similar to our house setup, in that it's a Victorian house. Her back garden's a lot bigger than ours, but a very narrow, non-traditional vegetable garden. And she used to just pack so much in that garden. Just, some of it didn't work. She made a beautiful tomato house out of reclaimed glass frames and things. And I don't think she's got one tomato out of it, but the ideas, just to see something different I know we all love Monty Don, but just to see something different to someone who's clearly got a lot of space and a lot of money and a lot of time, she was really trying to do that. Percy Edwards! Was it Percy Edwards, Claire? That's why I'm getting him mixed up with Percy Thrower, and I get Percy Thrower mixed up with Jeffrey Smith. But yeah, I think you're right. For Formula One, I don't get it. And I think maybe because our old dog, whenever Formula One was on, she used to howl the house down. It must have been that noise, when they go, I won't do the noise, but the noises of all the cars going around. And so yeah, we didn't watch it. Yeah, and there was another. It's still on YouTube. Alice Fowler did. I think she must have had a YouTube channel. That's again one of the first YouTube videos I remember watching about gardening, was her just going down to her allotment plot in the middle of winter with a gorgeous little dog and opening up the shed. And she had a Kelly kettle. I'd never heard of a Kelly kettle before, so there's probably another name for it in the States. I don't know, but one of those like flasks, and you light a little flame underneath and heats the water. And I just remember her sitting there lighting the Kelly. It was all idyllic. It was beautiful. And that's before we had an allotment. And I remember keeping that one in here thinking, that's what I want. That's what I want. I mean, of course, taking up a flask, to be honest, is a lot easier. But it was just so nice. Oh, thanks, Gemma. Have a lovely weekend. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, yeah. Oh, the Seed Detective. Yes, I've met him. He's a very interesting man. And yeah, he knows everything. Of course, as soon as I found out who he was, I was saying, what do you think about this? I was asking him all about different tomato varieties, thinking that he might not have heard of some of them. He knew everything. He just knew everything about everyone, not just what colour they were and what they taste like and whether they're an heirloom, but the background, which country they had came from because of their climate and everything. I went a bit dizzy in the end, but yeah, very interesting man. Okay. That show first talking about pesticides and compost, is that the Alice Fowler one? Yes, he did the bird calls. Oh, no, not Bielton. Again, I can't say it probably. Bielton Cottage. Bielton Cottage. Biel. Cottage. Colette, not Colette. No. Sea Detective. Yeah. No, this one was just called, if you just look up Alice Fowler, and it's Alice Alys. Um, yeah, very accomplished gardener. I know she's doing all sorts of stuff now. I just don't know if she's doing them online. Preservation books. You know, I have always thanked you, Robin, for your I'm pretty sure it was your recommendation of the Jams, Jellies and Preserves, the Marguerite Patton book. That is so well used in our household. It's absolutely brilliant. And again, I think once you find a book that you can stick with, I think that's one of the problems for me with looking at things online. If I pick up a bit of information online, my memory is shocking. And if I pick up a bit of information online and then go back to try and find it the following year, I can't remember where I found it from. I have to ask the whole question again. Whereas if you've got a book, you can, again, bookmark it in whatever way you want to, and you can just automatically go back to the page. So I know it's old-fashioned, but there we go. Yeah, that's what we were just saying, Claire, about how times have changed, you know, and I've gone back to this book from World War II, but actually the basics are still the same. That's the next thing. I think when you first start growing your own veg, preserving isn't necessarily something you would naturally think about when you're ordering your seeds, planting your plants, even harvesting. You're going to be thinking most stuff, oh yeah, I can harvest that and I'll eat it. But when you start getting the gluts coming in a good way, and you realize that actually I can make this last a bit longer, this can stretch, this can take me right over the, you know, the infamous hungry gap and all that. It is really something that you get into. It's not just about the gardening. So yes. Oh, bye, Christine. Thanks for coming along. The Ball Blue Book. Ooh, okay. Okay. Hello, Sylvia. Yeah. Oh, well, you're very organized. You know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. Yes, yes. And then you can start thinking, okay, I'm going to grow that because I am going to preserve that. You know, yes, you're right. But again, it's one of those skills, and I talk about this a lot, and I remember talking about it specifically with making videos, but it's one of those skills that you don't realize you are going to acquire. And you do acquire it, you know, it's not like you have to go to college and learn it or anything like that. You just naturally will start thinking, what can I do with these? And you'll start looking into what other people do with their tomatoes and realize that, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. And it's something that it's just like an additional, yeah, a plus that you never thought necessarily you were going to do. So, yeah. But also, look at the jams, jellies. I think it's jams, jellies, and preserves. Is it, Robin? The Marguerite Patton book. It's really, really good. I know, but isn't that lovely though, Claire? When you can give away your excesses, that is so good. Yes, few people got it on the Christmas list. I am going to be doing a video. It won't be this week. It might be next week or the week after, but I want to have it done in time for Christmas with top 10 gardening books. So again, this is why I'm really interested to see what. It's all very well me looking, you know, wherever and saying, oh, that looks a good one, that looks a good one. But to see the ones that people are actually using and recommending that we can then recommend on to other people, I think that'd be great and perfect in time for Christmas. You know, even though nobody reads them anymore. I wish I had it here, Robin. I'm sure it was you. Maybe it wasn't. It's a white book with black writing on and red. That's what I remember. Red, black and white. Oh, I bet she likes the jam. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Claire. I know. Actually, our jam this year has gone down better than ever. But I think that's because I'm starting to get the hang of the setting point, because some of it has been a little bit concretey. That's a posh word. Right, it's 8:00. I've been talking for an hour. I'm going to have a sip of wine. I think I've picked it up a few times now. How are you all doing? Let me know what you're going to be doing. What's your are you in the garden this weekend? What is your task that you want to get done in the garden this week? Have you crab apples are so jelly? Yes, you mentioned that one. I'll have to ma oh, hold on. It's getting quite a sore throat there. You told me anything. Anna's just mentioned the Traitors finale. Oh my goodness! Best bit of television for a long time. Jam, crabapple and sloe jam, Claire. Yeah, I picked a load of crab apples at mum and dad's. They've got this beautiful, beautiful tree, and I was talking about crab apples to my to my mum. And bless her, she's got dementia, but it was all part of talking about, what she remembers from when she was young and rosehip syrup and, and it was lovely. And, my dad said, "Well, we've got that crab apple tree in the front." And so I went and looked. I said, "Are you sure it's crab apples?" And they were these tiny, tiny little, I mean, literally grape size, big grapes, but grape sized apples. And so I brought them home. It took me forever to I didn't peel them, but I certainly, chopped out any bad, you know, and, I did them through muslin, so it was jelly, so I didn't have to core them or anything like that, but they were so small, and it was only afterwards I realised that it was actually their crab apples with the ornamental variety, and I should know, I've seen a proper crab apple before, but and I know they are much, much bigger than a grape, and so it just the idea of going through it all again, for the sake of 2.5 little jars of crabapple jelly just, it didn't mean yeah, it didn't really sit right with me. Oh, come on now, Tony. You need that waistline during the winter. We need a little bit of padding, don't we, to keep us warm. Okay, Debs, you're digging up your sweet potatoes. Oh, let us know how your sweet potatoes get on. I know we haven't done them this year, but last year the foliage was rampant. It was beautiful. And the harvest was okay. And we probably should have waited a little bit longer before we dug them up. But yeah, we just haven't done it again. You're going to get the rest of your garlic in. Yeah, okay, Linda. So you're finishing up for the season, yeah. Yeah, Saturday's meant to be really nice here as well, Danny. Yeah, finally. I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able I will be able to get up to the plot. I'm hoping to get a video done because I'm aware as well I haven't had a garden video, as in me actually being in the garden. There hasn't been one out for the last couple of weeks, so if I'm gonna get one out on Sunday, I better get it filmed tomorrow. Nicest jam I've made this year. Oh, I feel like jam season, sort of jamming season, should I say, sort of past now though. Next year, I'll put it on my list for next year. But strawberry the jam this year. Oh my goodness, the strawberries, one of the best harvests ever this year. I mean, all the fruit's been brilliant. Yeah, yes, yeah. Come on now, Tony. What do you do with all your fruit? Because last time I remember seeing anything of your plot, you had a whole load of fruit bushes. So what happens to them? Oh, done. Okay, you're picking the last of the beans now they've dried. Yeah, get them in now before it starts getting really damp because you don't want them to go mouldy. Gloria, that's what I tend to do. Give it a hard stir. Yeah, a hard stir. Apples has been ridiculous this year. I've mentioned this before, I know. A whole load of dried apples, so dehydrated. I did one big jar where I sprinkled cinnamon on before I dehydrated them. I've got to say, I think apple and cinnamon is a match made in heaven, but I prefer just the plain ones that I've done. But I've done so many of them. We have done, or Anna has done, Anna's Appley Dapply sauce. It is beautiful. You can use it with cold meats and cheeses, or you can use it with just a bit of ice cream. It's gorgeous. I've done the clear apple, what do you call it? Apple jelly. And I've also done apple strooper, which I've mentioned before, which is the apple jelly, but with cinnamon in as well. Oh, there goes the mic. And, and yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. It just feels a bit weird because it doesn't really taste like apple. It's quite sweet and cinnamony. I'm sure it'll have a use, but again, just trying something different because there were so many apples. Oh, come on now, Tom. Got a wooden cabin booked for a week with a hot tub and sauna? Come on. You'll have Danny putting a hot tub and sauna in his new shed now, so he can do that as well. Oh, no. Just wait until it's completely died back, Claire, or I'm saying completely, mostly died back before you dig them up, Claire. Cutting down the tomatoes in the yeah, my tomatoes aren't down yet. I was saying the other day, I've still got the odd ones still ripening. I've got a variety called Black Opal, and it was Chris from the Veggie Plot sent me. And they're only like cherry tomatoes, but as soon as you pick one from the plant, it splits because they are so beautifully ripe and beautifully sweet. But I haven't saved any this year either, so I might save some of those. Oh, yes, Claire, definitely a jar. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know. The most incredible harvests. Red grapes. Hello, little Mickey Kelly. What about those red grapes? I haven't done anything with the grapes this year. All I've done with the grapes is eat them as I've walked past the greenhouse. I haven't picked them as such. I think I might have picked a couple of, what you call, it's not a hand of grapes. It's a hand of bananas. Help me out. A clutch of grapes. What you call it? A bunch. There we go. Trying to be too fancy. Bunch of grapes. Yeah, I might have picked a couple of bunches of grapes, but when I have the ones I have eaten have just been incredible because even though they are seeded, they were so fat and juicy. They were absolutely gorgeous. Fruit gets made into wine. Oh, Tony. Is it drinkable though? Because some fruit wines are gorgeous. Some are lethal. And I know that from experience. The Paddington Bear hard stare. Yeah. You don't eat sweet potatoes, Sylvia? Oh, that's interesting. Wouldn't that, I can understand not eating. Does that include then? Would you not eat? I'm trying to think. Sweet potatoes. You've got other sweet vegetables though, haven't you, really? So like parsnips, sweet carrots. I don't know. Rhubarb chung. Ah, I think I heard Kerry talking about that. Okay. Hello, hi. Oh, that's nice of you to come along. Applesauce. Oh, yes, Mike has been having the applesauce in the boring old porridge. I mentioned before, Mike's away this weekend. He's down in Lyme Regis. He's had a sudden revelation with fossils in that everything he does is fossil related, including sitting at the kitchen table using a little Dremel drill all hours of day and night, trying to release sharks' heads, so he thinks, from his fossils. But actually, he's got some really nice ones. But he's popped it down to Lyme Regis to have a go with a friend. Yes, Gloria, the dehydrator is working. Ours is quite good. It was only a cheap one. You can see some that look more like ovens that have lots of racks in. Ours is, I wish I could tell you the name of it, just a round one, white, and it's got 5 or 6 round trays that you stack and just switch it on. Oh, you can alter the temperature and time and everything, which I do. But thank you, Danny Bunch. I've got it. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So if you want to have a go with dehydrating, don't go all out. Just the only thing I find with mine is if I've got 5 trays or something, after a couple of hours, I will swap the trays around because the one at the bottom dries out a lot quicker than the ones at the top, clearly, because the hot air comes up through the base. So, yeah. Freezing applesauce. Yes. Now we have, like I say, Anna's been making our appley dapply sauce, which Mike's been putting in his porridge. And she's been jarring that. So bottling. Why do we call it bottling? It's jarring. That's what gets me so confused. Canning, it's jar. I don't know. But I have been sticking to my old way of freezing it in like takeaway tubs and making sure this year I've been really good. I've weighed it as I've put it in. So I know there's a pound of apples in each tub. And it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. So freeze applesauce. Yeah, yeah. Wine making was one of the passions. Okay. We have, we used to make wine out of everything. We've made wine out of our grapes before. I mean, Mike's feet are probably still stained. I just remember just walking into the kitchen one time, and there he was. I can't remember. Mike, can you remember? Was it? I don't think it was the washing up basin. It might have actually been the big wine barrel itself. And there he was, minus shoes and socks, having a lovely little squash around. But everything with spice and herbs. Oh. Yes, well, Ammonites. Well, he went to Port. I'm going to say Matlock. It's not Matlock. Maldog, on the northwest coast, northeast coast, fairly recently, and brought back some beautiful Ammonites. So, that's nice, Lou. It is an informative chat, not from me. It's the people who are chatting. They're so good. Yeah, Mike is going through the applesauce. That's the thing. I spent forever peeling the apples. I've got one of those lovely peelers that it's got 3 spikes. You jam your apple on one end and then you wind it round and the peel comes off very pleasingly all in one piece. And then you have to core it, slice very thin. It's quite time consuming to do it, but that's what I go through before I dehydrate it. And so I've got all these lovely jars and they look beautiful, glass jars with dehydrated apple. They just look lovely. I went to the kitchen the other day and one of them's nearly empty. I said, "You can't eat it." And Mike saying, "Well, why not?" I'm saying, "It's got to last all year." Of course it doesn't, but you want to make sure that you eat them as a delicacy and appreciate each and every one. But no, it's a bit of a handful and these are really nice. But yes, definitely. Oh, right. Okay, Robin. So you've got one of those good ones. I still haven't tried dehydrating herbs. I must do it because I do find if I try and just hang them, they will always, wherever they are, they will always go moldy. And also they, if they hang up for too long, they can get a bit dusty. So yes, I might try that. I'm not sure I've got many herbs to try, or have actually. I've got plenty of sage, and I think I've got a half-dead rosemary tree in the back garden. I could pull a load of that in. I want to take some cuttings from that there. I might take them sooner rather than later. Okay. Consider right, okay. Even my dried foods, right? What have you said, Tony? Let's have a look. Oh, it's so good for storing. I vacuum. Oh, a vacuum pack. Yeah, I think that's going to be our next step, Tony, actually. Freezer burn. You shouldn't really have freezer burn unless you've got anything exposed. But I know a lot, and again, I've mentioned this before, a lot of foods it'll say lay out on a tray, like your rhubarb or whatever, and give it a few hours first to toughen up a bit before you toss it into bags, just so it doesn't all stick to each other. And if you leave it a bit too long, you can get freezer burn. But if you've processed your food, so for example, my applesauce, and pop it straight into the tubs, it should be okay. But I do, yeah, you've got one as well, Claire. I think that might be on the Christmas present list. We shall have a think. Okay. Beetroot wine. You see, it doesn't sound right, does it? But I'm sure by the time you add that much sugar to it and yeast, I'm sure it's gorgeous. I remember what I was going to say, rum and raisin. I'm saying the best wine. I say that very guardedly. It was a long time ago, and it was a bit like moonshine, and it was rice and raisin wine. Oh my goodness me. We haven't grown it, but rice and raisin wine. We'd obviously got a job lot sheep somewhere and had to go, but oh my goodness. Okay. Gets through apples much quicker, yeah. It does, doesn't it, Debs? Isn't it lovely just doing the thing? And there should be a bit that cores the apple at the same time, but that bit dropped off mine. Typical. Dehydrated apple slice. They're lovely, aren't they, Claire? Slices and cores. Yeah, my corer fell off. Okay, let's have a look. Applesauce in the slow cooker. Oh, yeah. What's down to poor airflow? What's down to poor airflow, Tony? Wine? Herb salt. Now, I haven't really thought about making herb salt. And I've got to be honest, I'm one of these people who, when I see fruity vinegars and herby salts, I think, what's the point? If you want to add that flavour to your food, just add that flavour to your food. Why put it in a vinegar? But saying that, I saw Digwell's nasturtium harvest preserves. Rearrange those words in the right order. He's preserved his nasturtiums in so many different ways. I think he did a herb salt and a nasturtium vinegar. I can't remember what else he did, but the oil. And it just looked incredible. It was so, so rich. And yes, they'd make ideal presents, but I can understand that the nasturtiums would give that flavour because they're capery, aren't they? The buds are very capery and peppery. Let's just have a look. Looking through. Carrot eau de vie. Is that carrot wine? A Bonson. Hello, Sister Plots. Hi. Middle price. Yeah, mine wasn't an expensive one. Again, Gloria, because I didn't know whether I'd like it, whether I'd get on with it, whether I was going to use it. But I must have had it about 7 or 8 years now. And it's doing the job. And every year I think I should upgrade. But while this one is working, it's okay. Chive flower vinegar. Yes, that's something I will do. My chives this year, I've usually got a lovely circle of them around the apple tree. And I do believe that it really helps keep away scab. But they were so sparse this year. And I dug so many up to give to people because they were so healthy. I think I killed them. But also they are battling for space with the borage because the borage in there has just gone mad. So I will definitely be planting a whole load of chives again because chive flowers, just on their own on salads, those calendula leaves, how to make your salad look fancy, just beautiful. Hello, Emmanuel. How nice to see you. Okay, we're just looking at preserves, Emmanuel. Margaret, Dad used to make potato wine. Yes. Can't you make whiskey out of potatoes as well? I don't know where I've got this. Sometimes somebody mentions something you haven't heard of for years, and it opens up all sorts of memories. Rosemary dill thyme, oregano, yes. Lemon verbena. Oh, my word. Isn't that just a fantastic herb? Not the lemon balm, the lemon verbena. Gorgeous. Caper. We've used nasturtium seeds for a caper substitute as well, Siggy. Oh, sorry. Who said that one? Oh, it's a clear spirit. Hold on. Nancy. Yeah, it is. And they are like capers. They are. I mean, a poor man's caper, but they're still capers. Spiced pear butter in the slow cooker. Ooh, a spiced pear butter. I haven't done anything in the slow cooker. Has anybody done anything in specifically spiced butter? If it does turn out far too watery, I imagine then maybe slightly too many pears. I mean, you can never really tell the actual water content, can you, until they're cooked. But if that was me, I would reduce it at the end if it was far too watery. I'd just keep it on. Black Friday is coming. Yes. Okay. Single-use plastic issue now. Vodka. Oh, that's it. Yes, of course. Potatoes and vodka. I knew there was something. You wouldn't think something as innocuous looking as a potato would be used to make vodka. Parsnip wine. That reminds me of The Good Life. Watching The Good Life. Those of you in the US, I don't know if you'll have heard of it, but in the 70s, there was just such a really lovely comedy called The Good Life, and it was a couple of a young couple, I would say middle-aged, no, young middle in their 30s who decide to turn their back on the rat race and turn the garden into somewhere to grow veg and bring up pigs, much to the chagrin of the neighbors next door who are up and coming and, like the executive lifestyle. It's just such a lovely thing. Poachine, of course. I've never tried it. No, I have never tried it. Oh, okay. Okay, Nancy. So if you do your butters in the slow cooker, what would you do if it turns out watery? I just think for anything, if it turns out slightly watery at the end, jams are well, jams in particular, like I say, I can't I've just found out how to get the setting point correctly. Pea pod wine in The Good Life. Oh, Tom, and he's called Tom, isn't he? What's she called? Barbara. Tom and Barbara, they're just such a lovely couple. I'm sure that's what, Mike saw it at the same time. Well, a couple of years older than me, but he was around in the 70s, and we both watched it. I think that's, inspired us a little bit to grow our veg today. I've even got me knitting. I've even been knitting him hats. Look, I was doing this while I was waiting to go live. I was sorting out my knitting for tonight. Okay, the liters of vodka you could make. Oh my goodness, Tony, there we go. What came next? 1 minute he's there, surrounded by potatoes. Next minute, all we can see are his feet. Bottles of poachine or potato vodka. Oh my goodness. I made 45 liters of vodka just from one potato, you just say this and then I expect it to be one potato. I can see that happening, Tony. I think you're onto a winner. Okay, but you add a few tablespoons of water and let them cook down. Yeah, so reducing them really. Okay, the Good Life box set. You know what? Again, mum and dad. For mum, just having the old shows on. Whenever I go around, it's if you're watching now, Dad, you know this is true. Whenever I go around, it's UK Gold. So it's The Good Life. I don't think Dad's Army's on it. And Last of the Summer Wine, one after the other, So we do get to. We do. No, Tony, it is wool. But I have been sorting out which needles I need to start my new project because I've gone a bit mad over the last couple of weeks and I've knitted 2 scarves and a hat specifically for Mike to take away. Not the scarves, but I knitted Mike a fossiling hat to go away. And what do you know? He's forgotten to take it. So, yeah. Oh dear. Are you knitting a Christmas stocking? Oh, well, Nancy. It's that sort of time of year, isn't it, Nancy? Between the months of, say, March and beginning of October, I don't give my wool stash a second glance. But as soon as the nights start getting a bit darker, the fire's on and the knitting's out, I'm debating whether I've got enough patience to do a whole jumper, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, Claire, come on now. Come on now. I mean, the thing is, I don't know. I mean, it might seem really cheesy now. Well, it is really cheesy, The Good Life. But I don't know if I'm enjoying it now because of the nostalgia, because I remember sitting as a little kid watching it, or whether I still just think it's lovely. But yeah, Claire, I think give it a go. Give it a go. Yeah, it's good. Still not knitting. Oh, all right then. I don't know. If we didn't rent our house, the front garden would all be veg beds too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we thought about that actually, but we're on quite a busy main road and it's not not that busy. But I did think about fumes and stuff. Forgotten, yes. The 80s series are always cheap. This is a 70s series, Tony. Come on now. This one's, to be honest, this one I never got on, and this is controversial. I never got on with Only Fools and Horses. Just about get on with Last of the Summer Wine, but my parents love it, so it's on. Are You Being Served? It makes me cringe, but I still love it. Dad's Army, absolutely the best. And Fawlty Towers. What's not to love about Fawlty Towers? Absolutely love them. George and Mildred. Oh, George and some mothers do have them. Oh, come on. Oh, no, this isn't gone. Oh, Love Boat. Yeah, I remember the whole theme tune. Yeah, Bergerac. I remember. This will make you laugh, Claire. Mike used to get told that he looked like John Nettles from Bergerac. So I think he's nicer looking than John Nettles, but there we go. Yeah. Well, Duncan, I agree with you. I don't even like saying it. But yeah. Okay, Knight Rider. You see, you're younger, Tony. You're a little whippersnapper there. Street Hawk, George and Mildred. George and Mildred was a spin-off, wasn't it, wasn't it Man About the House? Because George was the landlord. They were the landlords. And Man About the House. There was Man About the House, then there was Robin's Nest, and then George and Mildred. And yeah, they're great. They're great. Airwolf, never seen it. Never seen it. Only when I can remember I know I am, I'm sure. Only When I Laugh. No, I can't remember that one. Can't remember it. To the Manor Born. Waiting for God. Is that the one? That's the one about the old people's home, isn't it? And the woman in it who was then in Tenko. I can never remember her name, but I do often think about Tenko when I walk past the banana palm. I'm trying to relate this all to the allotment. The banana palm by the chicken coop always reminds me of Tenko. And I've said to Mike before, got a feeling of Tenko about it. But that reminds me of the actress who was in Waiting for God. Rising Damp. Oh, classic. And Steptoe and Son. We're on a different realm there. They were just absolutely classic. And I did have a bit of a crush on Richard Beckinsale. God bless him. Yeah, I was probably very young. It's probably wrong. Yes, knitting started there as well. It's that time of year, isn't it, Gloria? Porridge, very good. TJ, you see, you're in the same age bracket as Tony, Claire. TJ Hooker and Chips. I do remember Chips. Yeah. Tall woman, very, very wry. But yes, very good. Very good. Okay. Come on. I mean, Stephanie Cole, that's her. Is she still alive? I mean, that's the thing at the moment as well. I remember as a youngster watching some of these shows, and my dad, again, Dad, you did this. We'd be watching a show, particularly Dad's Army, and Dad say, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Oh, stop telling us everyone's dead. It's kind of a bit depressing. And now I'm doing the same. I'm saying, it was only the other day was that Pauline Collins died. Loved Pauline Collins. And who was it just before her? Someone else went age 93 the other day. Oh, they seem to all die at the same time. Starsky and Hutch. Can't go wrong with that. Cagney and Lacey. Yeah. Oh, do you watch The Good Life? Oh, good. Oh, I'm really glad you watched that. I'm glad you can get it in the States, although I don't know where you would. Okay, Magnum. You need to do the Magnum. Tash, Tony, I'll knit you one. Yeah, the reruns. There are so many reruns now, aren't there? Yeah. Starsky and Hutch. You're either a Starsky fan or a Hutch fan. I was a Hutch fan. And then felt very bad about it because apparently he wasn't a very nice person at all. But I even bought a couple of his singles. What were they? Don't Give Up on Us. And there was another one. with a B-side called Topanga. There you go. That's how much I listen to them. Stephanie Cole's still alive. Well, bless my soul. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? David was a Huggy Bear fan. It's a friend of ours who's down in Lyme Regis. Hello, David, with Mike. A Huggy Bear fan. Huggy Bear was great, though, wasn't he? He was cool. Although, sort of looking back now, you feel like, I don't know, politics have changed very much. Yes, this is a gardening chat. Let's just get straight back onto gardening. I'm going to let you choose the topic because, oh, Tiswas, come on now, stop it. You'll get me back onto the traitors, but I'm not going there. Right, this is what's going to happen now. It's 8:30. I've been rattling on here for an hour and a half. I have absolutely loved the curry. I absolutely love the chat, but my throat is very sore. So I'm going to have a sip of wine. And while I'm having that sip of wine, I want the first person to bring up something about gardening is where the chat is going to go next. So please put your gardening topic in the chat. And thanks, Claire. I will have a glass of wine. Right. Okay. I'm watching. I'm not watching. I'm looking the other way. Oh, that was a few gulps. That was very nice. Tunnels. All right, then. Come on, Tony. You start. Tunnels. What are you doing? Is anybody keeping their polytunnel? Oh, no, there's loads now. Celeriac, Claire, Queen of Celeriac. Tunnels. Are you putting your tunnels to bed this year? Polytunnels. Are you doing anything in a greenhouse? Are you going to keep things going? I thought I was going to be putting my polytunnel to bed. And then Mike came back with some starts, some seedlings of, I think there's various mustards and a few lettuce. So I might just bung them in. But I think it could be one of my jobs for the weekend. But I really don't want to film it. Do you really want to see me just cutting my tomatoes down? I don't think you do. Let me know what you're doing. Are you keeping it going? Are you growing anything in your tunnels over winter? What are you doing, Tony? Container gardening magna. Stop it. Right, okay, let's take this seriously now. Sister plots. I have moved to a new plot. Any tips? Now, when you say that, sister plots, give us your names so we can call you by your names. Okay. Are you new to gardening or is it just a new plot? Because that'll make a difference. Overwintering chilies. I'm coming on to that, Mike. Seed saving. So I want to give it a go. Next year. Container gardening. Okay. Come on. Let's have some help for sister plots. Proud of my. Yes, you should be proud of them, Claire. They're amazing. Overwintering chilies, Mike. I will hopefully be doing that tomorrow. I'm going to cut down my chilies, just the ones I think that I've got in the chili grow. I'm going to cut them down by a third if they're not still really, really packing out the fruit, which they were last time I looked, and keep them going over Christmas. Oh, keep bumping into the microphone. Your polytunnel's planted up, Claire. What have you got in there? Come on, let's all know. Oh, wait, I forgot. Broad beans. Now, I mentioned broad beans earlier on, Sylvia. Just wondering who's planted theirs yet. Okay, Deb, so you've planted cabbages in your greenhouse. Video out if you haven't seen it. Right, okay, I'll come to that. I'm going to give everyone a chance to put their links on in a bit, Debs. You garden on an apartment patio this weekend is clearing the pots for winter. Wow, Nancy. So is it limited space? I mean, it could be a huge patio for all I know, but yeah, so you're clearly going to be growing in pots. Do you grow vertically? That's the way to go if you've got... oh my goodness, everyone. Again, be careful what you wish for. This microphone. Celeriac. Okay, right, Claire, can you keep celeriac in over winter? And broad beans, Duncan, no, not too early. You can get them in now, but don't worry if you don't get them in, there's always time for spring sowings. So if I do overwintering broad beans, if I overwinter my broad beans, I'll be putting them in the next week or two. So that's fine. You're digging Europe's, yeah, okay, yeah, true. I was thinking that the slugs will get to them. Okay, hi, Kerry. Kerry and Jessica. Okay, so Kerry and Jessica, you've been gardening for a year now on your quarter plot, now and a half. Oh, brilliant! So you've doubled your size. How lovely that you're growing where you sit at, like you, Claire. Although I know it's slightly separate, but nice. Gloria's put hers to bed. Okay. Oh, interesting. I'm sorry about the mic. Interesting. You're bringing your leeks into the greenhouse. Okay. Okay. Hello, Joe. Sister plots. That's just what I was going to say, Mike. Yeah. Get some cardboard, green waste compost or manure, and set up some weed suppressing no dig beds. Yeah. Yeah. And Mike, we were talking earlier on about lasagna gardening. We were talking about books and one about lasagna gardening. And I was saying I've always thought of lasagna gardening as when you put bulbs in. So big bulbs at the bottom, various size until you get to the top of the smaller bulbs. And it's not necessarily that. It can be where you layer things. I mean, lasagna does mean layers, doesn't it? So layering your chop and drop, that's what was mentioned earlier, and then your cardboard, and then whatever else you want on top, and plant straight into that. So yeah, honestly, I've been told to have this microphone as close to my mouth as I possibly can, and now I'm just 4 sips of wine in. It's all over the place. Right, okay. That is a really good tip, Mike. Yeah. Mustard, spring onions, radish, carrots, cauliflower, calabrese. I don't know about carrots again, Claire. It's a bit upset with my carrots this year. Kerry, if the plot is... Oh, just seen yours, Tony. Okay. If the plot is overgrown, trim it down, cover it, and then when digging it, yes, that is one of the top tips, isn't it? Turn your back to the majority of work that needs doing and concentrate on the bit you've just done, and then you won't get overwhelmed. Yeah. Yeah. I stick by that. Oh, you've got your beans. Well done, Joe. Oh, I'm so glad they came through. There's always that worry, once you actually put them in the post that they won't get there. So good. I'm glad you did. Okay. No tunnels. Why no tunnels then, Dave? Because of your climate. Your manure, it was a testament to well-rotted manure, wasn't it, your plot? It was just absolutely bursting with life. Yeah, and because it was such a dry summer, it did really, really well. Okay. Oh, Dave, right. Okay, you've overwintered 23 chili plants last year. Many are 4 years old. Oh, okay. And now that's interesting as well, because Mike, you've got Scotch bonnet. Yes, and yeah, it's been brilliant this year. So, Mike, maybe you could do your Scotch bonnet. Try it again. What I would think about, Dave, is when you are overwintering something, like, because you can with beans, can't you? They are perennials after all, but we always start fresh every year. Does it mean that the second year you get smaller fruit? Would you get smaller fruit? Would you get more fruit? Would you get less fruit? Does the plant reach its optimum size, in year 2, and it's not worth doing for a third year? I don't know. How do they fare year on year? Are they ever as good as they are in the first year? Are they better? Okay. Pre-cardboard layer, yeah. I think as well when people talk about raised bed gardening, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a physical raised bed. It's just a case of layering your stuff and dig. I think what comes up every now and then is the cost. And it is, if you are going to go and buy compost, right, ready to go compost, from the garden centre, from your allotment site, or from wherever, you are going to be paying a fortune. So the way to get round that, you can still do it. Don't let the cost put you off. Just by it's not going to be as good quality in one way, but if you are looking at it long term, you cannot beat getting your well rotted manure, which many farmers are more than happy to give away. You do have to be careful what you plant in it to begin with. Cow manure is always seen as better than horse manure because the grass has been better digested because the cow's got 4 stomachs. There is the whole aminopyrrolid issue, which I think is still going on, where whatever the animal has been eating gets passed through into the manure and it can kill your crops. So there are a few issues, but there are shortcuts. You do not have to spend a lot of money. And I cannot go and spend hundreds of pounds a year on compost for the plot. It just would make it crazy. Just couldn't do it. So yeah, you will be able to get somewhere as well, the green waste compost, and even just do one bit at a time. You don't have to have brand new super duper manure. You'll have brilliant crops if you do, but it is a lot. Right. Oh, Sylvia's going. Good night, Sylvia. Okay. No tunnels. Climate doesn't have tunnels. And is Robin going? Bye, Robin. Thanks for coming along. Yeah. All right. Okay. So the chilies carry on 3 or 4 years. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but you've never found them to be as good. So it's worth an experimenting then, isn't it, Tony? I reckon if we do a few fresh and a few that I keep going over winter. I suppose it depends how you overwinter them as well. So, yeah. Okay, I am going to... Okay, so Mike's asking, the Scotch bonnet are very strong woody plants. How far back to prune them? And is it worth wrapping them in anything? I would say immediately, Mike, you prune them back by about 1/3. I don't know about side pruning them as well. I just prune the whole lot, about 1/3. If it's in the polytunnel, it should be okay. Dave might be able to help us with that. Loads of leaves. Brilliant. Leaf mold bin. Don't you have to keep it quite damp as well, the leaf mold bin? I know we have done it before. Various peppers. Okay, you've overwintered various peppers for a few years, Mary. They grow great the 2nd and 3rd year. Oh, right. Okay, yes, and start producing earlier in the season. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because peppers in particular, they're something that you have to sow so early and mollycoddle for such a long time before they actually start producing. That's it, Claire. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know about the fermentation. Cows ferment their food, which kills the weed seeds. I knew there were less seeds because it goes through more processes. Your compost is the best stuff. Yeah, Dave, that's it. You can't beat homegrown, but not everybody's got the space to be able to do it. The overwintered chilies grew bigger every year. Oh, come on now. Many of my chili plants are nearly 2 meters tall this year. 8 foot? That was quick, wasn't it? Come on, Mike, you've got to get to 8 foot. Okay, yeah, cow manure, yeah. Big up for cow manure, peppers. Mine are in the greenhouse beds as well. But do you overwinter them in there's a point. I'm saying I'll keep going the ones in the quad grow going, but the peppers I have had in my greenhouse beds this year, I've had the padron peppers growing, and they have been beautiful. And so actually, I'd be a fool. I'd be a fool to dig them up. You've inspired me there. I think I'm going to keep them in. Thank you very much. I think I'm just going to cut them back, keep them in the greenhouse. Yeah, thank you. Do I overwinter in place and move in spring, or move them to pots now? Well, that's it. I'm going to leave mine in the beds. I don't know. I haven't done it before. I expect, again, if we're going to have a terrible frost, my greenhouse hasn't got a door on, so I will cover. But you can prune the back to the lowest fork and leave one more fork on each branch. You can prune the back for overwintering to the lowest fork and leave one more fork on each branch. Okay. Yeah, it's the frost freeze, Tony. That's what we're thinking about. So it's in a greenhouse bed. Would it be better off being moved into a pot and being moved indoors, or would you just see? I'd just be tempted to throw fleece over it. No dig, plant in mulch, cardboard, compost just around the plants. Yeah, again, and I'm really, it's really satisfying. And when you see people doing chop and drop now, cover your soil. Whatever you do, cover your soil. If it's with cardboard, even if it's with black membrane, which I know it's not very good, but bare soil is not good. Not good for the soil. If you don't like weeds, you'll get weeds because the soil is naturally trying to get covered. So your chilies will have 3 thoughts left on a chili plant every winter, one on the bottom. I'm gonna have to go through this chat again, Dave, and look at this because, yeah, that's yeah. we might take you up on your poop offer, Claire, but we haven't got a trailer. We haven't got a trailer. We might get one. Wanting to overwinter 2 chili plants. You're thinking about potting them up and bring them in the house. Tony, you're saying yes. Do you think I should move to pots and move indoors or just cover with fleece? I've cut many of my chilies all the way to the ground back after Christmas and nearly everyone came back. Oh, come on now. That is brilliant. Oh, okay. Okay, Dave, if you want to link that that video in, that would be great. Yes, move them. Ah, darn it. I don't know if I will. I might say I will and then forget. But okay, thanks, Tony. Okay, okay. We have just so we talked about. I must go. It's 9:15. I did get, or rather, this one's Mike's actually. Oh, mine's in the wash. We had a thank you present off my brother, various different things the other day, and I had a lovely T-shirt with Roots something or other on, and Mike got this one. Mike got this as a present. So we've got the Scoville scale there. So if ever we're sort of at a bit of a loss, I'm wondering what heat to go for. I'm very much at the Anaheim pepper end, but we are growing the, let's get it this way, the California Reaper. Next year, my brother's got us the seeds. But yeah, the Anaheim, love the Anaheim and the jalapeno. Yeah, we'll just be asking Mike to whip out his T-shirt so we can have a double check. But I thought that was fun. That was really fun. Okay, how to over your winter pepper plants to get a head start on next year's project. Okay, brilliant. We will look that one up, definitely, Dave. That's really, really good. Yeah, Mary, I am going to have to go too, but before I go, oh my goodness. Okay, okay. What I'd like you to do now, and I keep asking you to do loads of. I've been really bossy, haven't I? I've been bossy. Don't answer that, Mike. Thanks, Anna. If you have got a channel or a particular video you want to watch or an Instagram page, now is the time for you to put links to any of that in the description. Do me a favor, put it in. I know it won't be necessary. I'm in teacher mode. It won't be oh, you can don't worry, it doesn't have to be in capitals. Bye, Tom. Lovely to see you. Yeah, just put your links in, and that means that everyone else can go over. Or it's always lovely to go over and check out each other's videos, and then and that offers everybody a little bit more support as well. So, yeah, yeah. Oh, I haven't seen First We Feast, Mary, but I have seen. Is it called Hot Wings? Hot Ones. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They're progressively hotter all the time. Oh, that's lovely, brilliant. That's great, Dave. Yeah. Thank you so much, Debs. Brilliant. Debs, put the name of your plot down. And yeah. Sorry, not name of your plot, name of your channel. Yeah, I've talked too much now. I need to snuggle up with my knitting and my wine now. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you so much to everyone for coming along. If you can think of anything else that you've missed out in the chat, just put it in the comments below afterwards. But I will see you again on the first Friday in December. I do not know what date that is, but I will give you plenty of warning. So take care, everyone. Have a lovely weekend and enjoy your garden. Bye for now.